Here is the point. That same fingertip that created the universe has touched you and is concerned about you and loved you so much that he would give us his Son. What an incredible story. The Scriptures tell us that the glory of God raised his Son from the dead. Romans 6:4 says we were buried with him by baptism into death, so that as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, we too might walk in newness of life. Millions of people depend on the glory of God. Depend on the glory of the gospel. The Scriptures tell us, they contrast his glory to the joy of our suffering. As I shared with you earlier about Romans 8:18, that our suffering isn't even worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed to us. He will wipe away every single tear. He will quench every single grief. He will fulfill his plan in our lives. And he has promised us that he will do so through his glory. 2 Corinthians 4:17 says, "For this slight momentary affliction is preparing us for an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison." We all carry burdens that seem to drag on and on and on. What Paul is saying is that the glory of God far outweighs any of our burdens, so much so that our burdens will be made light. But the Scriptures also tell us that the glory of God has something to do with hell. Oh no, we don't like to preach about hell, do we? You know what hell is? Hell is the exclusion from God's glory. Eternal separation from God. Jesus could only share parables about what hell is like. It's interesting how we've taken those parables and we have made them very literal interpretations. Here was the point of Jesus when he said, "Look over there, you see that burning fire pit that nobody wants to go near? You see what that is what hell is like. It's like that." Because that was the worst thing Jesus could point to. We can't even fathom what hell is like. 2 Thessalonians 1:9 says, "At the coming of Christ, unbelievers will suffer the punishment of eternal destruction and exclusion from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his might." We have no idea what that's like, because even the glory of God, through his common grace, sustains this world. What will that be like? What will that be like? To be excluded from the glory of God. We can't even imagine. So we warn you, the Scriptures warn you, don't live a life that results in being excluded from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his might. Don't deny who Jesus Christ is. Don't deny the way, the truth, and the life. Live your life to honor God. Live your life through Jesus Christ. Worship him and glorify him alone. He is the one who saved us from this eternal separation from God.